Well, folks, I am in the middle of a power outage, and I thought that this would be a fantastic time to chat with you just briefly, just a theory video about how to handle power outages, just simple ones like what I'm going through right now. I mean, like one block over has power. For some reason, my block went out and has been out for about a half hour now. So just going to go through a couple items just to think about, but also as we go through this video, just talking about the larger concept of what about a long-term power outage, because this has been something that's been on my mind. I've discussed with my buddies and a lot of other people in the survival, EDC, bug out bag, whatever you want to call it, prepper community. So the first thing is just, when a power outage happens, know where your stuff is. I love it. As soon as the power went out, boom, Ashley, my wife, ran upstairs, knew right where her flashlight was, grabbed it, and, started going for, the things that we needed to put aside and start, fixing. We have a couple boxes that have all of our batteries, all of our lanterns, all of our flashlights. You can see one in the background. I'm using another one right here. So we're not like wondering, oh crap, where was that flashlight I have, or where do I put my lantern? And it's in a box, in a shed somewhere, buried back, and good luck trying to find it in the dark. Have your items close to you and in a designated area that the whole family knows where they're at. So I love that Ashley knew right where to go. So that's something to just kind of consider. Food, obviously, it's been about 30-40 minutes since the power went out. We're going to obviously have to, kind of conserve and think about how much longer that food in our fridge is going to be good for. So always make sure that you have some dried food. I mean, we got plenty of dry stored food, in case this lasts. I'm sure it won't, but, let's say this lasted for 3 days and ruined all my food in there. We would definitely be able to boil water and have dried food for multiple days until we could get, to the grocery store again if we had to. Some simple things also just to think about. Now, when the power went out, my phone was on 2%. And I have cell phone coverage, but it was probably at like 3-4% when the power went out. Have one of those backup batteries that you can charge your phone with. That's always good to have, and make sure it's always charged up. It's got full bars for my charger here, so I could easily get 4 charges on my phone for that, and I can just keep charging my phone. If it seemed like a bigger blackout, I could start calling people, seeing if I get a hold of people and see how bad the blackout was. So that's something to consider, is backup batteries. Real quick, I love this lantern. This is one of my favorite lanterns of all time. This is the Ultimate Survival Technologies Brilla, and it's like $8 to $10 on Amazon. 2 AA batteries, lasts forever, has a high, a low, and then 2 different emergency flashers as well for red and SOS. So just lots and lots of little features, carabiner, magnets, lots of cool stuff. And it almost works as a small flashlight as well as the lantern. I can see quite far and, can get to what I need and find other things with this guy. Great little item that I take backpacking, camping, in my survival kits, my bug out bags, everywhere. Last thing that I'll just kind of show you in gear here, and my battery's blinking, so hopefully it won't die on me, but is just, a little radio that is crank powered, is solar powered. I've had this for a while now. I think this is an all-weather battery. All-weather radio, so I could, get emergency stuff for weather reports, as well as just some entertainment too, depending on how long this is. I could listen to some talk radio or whatever, music. So this is crank and solar powered, but this is always good to have. There's lots of different ones out there that you can get for pretty inexpensive. So those are just some items, just some kind of simple concept stuff. But then the final thing I just want to hit on real quick in this video is thinking as well about the long-term, what happens if the power grid goes out, on the eastern seaboard or western seaboard, or your state is blacked out because of a hack from, overseas, different countries, attacking America or attacking your country. If you don't live in America and you're watching this overseas, it's very simple it's not difficult to try and shut down and cause that to happen, to get a power grid to shut down in a country. And then what happens? Because I guarantee you, after about 2 or 3 days of zero power in a large area, people are going to start to go crazy. And you really need to have yourself prepared and be thinking, what would happen if all the power went out? What would I do? Do you have enough dry food that all you would have to do is boil water? Do you have enough water? The water's not going to be coming out of the faucets eventually. Do you have enough gas? The gas pumps don't work if the power's out. Just a lot of those things and we'll talk more. This will be a bigger video down the line that we'll talk about. But I just want to kind of throw that concept out there of begin to get prepared now in case that situation happens, because it could happen tomorrow. And I guarantee you within 24 to 48 hours, your neighbors, your friends, your family, they could start to go crazy if there's no power, and some of the normal essentials, hot water, gas, electricity, and all the charging of their electronics and everything goes out, people are going to go nuts. So are you prepared with food? Are you prepared with water? And are you prepared, with the things that you need to defend yourself and possibly either get out of a situation and find a safer area, or hunker down for the long haul, depending on what your philosophy is. There's dueling philosophies. Some people say hunker down. Some people say bug out. I haven't quite decided yet. But, just to be ready, ammo, food, water, those type of things. You need to be ready for that in case it happens, and start prepping now, guys. Start preparing now. Don't wait. So thank you so much for watching this particular episode and giving me a little free time here. I had a little free time, so it gave me an opportunity to make this little kind of thought video. Hopefully it's helped you out a little bit with some not only gear ideas, but also just some more concept ideas as well of, listen, we need to be ready. Have a conversation with your wife, have a conversation with your kids, your husband, whatever. I mean, have a conversation with your significant other of, hey, we need to be ready in case the power goes out or something else happens and there's a catastrophe. Are we ready to survive and be able to last the long haul and not be, in a desperate strait? And be plenty prepared. So thank you as always. Remember to stay equipped and stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.